boy, cut. Shit, I done had my live for about a good week now. They ain't delete my live in a week. What's going on with y'all today, kings and queens? I hope y'all feeling blessed and highly favored. I am. I'm preparing for my pilgrimage to Africa. Sunday I'm going to Africa, ladies and gentlemen. On a 3-week pilgrimage. Delegation pilgrimage. Study. Work study. You know, my whole organization and other civil rights organizations will also be taking this trip. So it's going to be something that is very educational and monumental. So I'm preparing for that. Yeah, it's work. So I was having, as I prepare for my trip, you know, I know that I said, but that's why it's gonna be my last post, and this is gonna be a conversation because I'm not gonna post this on my page. But you know, the news that took over the whole news cycle with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And thank you everybody for Traveling Mercy. You know, that news took over, and what I wanted to say was, I made a post. There was an interview that Gayle King was having, and she was interviewing Jim Careys, and she asked him about the incident, and they went into, you know, his opinion and what he thought, and I then posted part of that interview and stated that I was disappointed in Gayle because she went and asked a white man about a situation that was between two black men. And I got a lot of people saying, oh, that's racist. What does race have to do with this? What are you talking about? You're so off. I don't understand you. Wrong is wrong. Right is right. And just based off that statement alone, I know that people weren't even paying attention to what I said. Because to say right is right and wrong is wrong, you didn't even get the gist of what it was that I was saying. My comment wasn't about it being right. My comment wasn't about it being wrong. My comment was about the fact that there were two black men who had a situation. And this black woman who, you know, a black older woman who was well respected in this industry, went and got the opinion of a white man about the altercation and the situation that happened between two black men. And I didn't see the relevancy in it. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why it has something to do with race. It's not racist, but I'm telling you why it has something to do with race. Because if you understand the problem in totality, right? If you understand where the issue started, anyone can have opinion of people, but I want you to understand this so there can be clarity, right? You can have an opinion, but your opinion may not be relevant in the situation, because everybody has an opinion. But right, if me and my sister have an argument, right? Me and my sister outside fighting, and people see me and my sister fighting, they can say, damn, that's fucked up that y'all fighting, or you shouldn't hit her, you shouldn't do that. And that's your opinion, right? But if I live in the house, or if I'm a friend of the family, I'm not going next door to get the next door neighbor's opinion of what's going on with my friends and my family. Because they have an opinion, but first of all, they don't even know why we fight it. They have no idea why we fight it. They don't know the history between me and her. They don't know anything. They just give an opinion based on this. And if you're somebody who has love for somebody, right? You don't want an opinion that's not really based on all of the factors to have any weigh in on a situation. That's really just common sense. It's the same reason why black people say, yo, he got convicted from an all-white jury. You know why they don't want an all-white jury? You know why they rather have less white people on their jury? Because they understand that less white people, not even that white people are racist, white people don't understand the realities that most black people deal with in our communities. So the reality is, when you understand that, you want to get a jury of your peers, people who are understanding of your reality, understanding of what you're going through, the dynamics, the trauma, all of that shit. So when they make a decision on whether you right or wrong, it's based in totality of a situation, not just face value of what you see, right? So what I'm trying to say is, Jim Carrey wasn't wrong for his opinion, because he has an opinion. And if you ask me for your opinion, I'm gonna give you my opinion, right? But if you notice, right, most black people gave their opinion, or they didn't give their opinion. You didn't see most black people doing interviews about the situation. You know why? Because they didn't want to add their voice to what was already a situation that was damaging for both of these individuals, right? No black person of stature wanted to lend their voice and go out there and say, yo, this, that, this and that. They reserved that. They probably called each other and they probably had conversation amongst. But none of the black people decided that they was going to get on a news thing and talk about how terrible it was and how terrible this one was and how right this one was. They just didn't choose to do that. You know why? Because they were on code. They understood that black men in America are dealing with enough. Every day we dealing with enough. So this situation was a situation where obviously there's trauma, there's past situations that created this. But if you don't understand that and you just look and you like, oh, this is just the craziest shit you ever seen. Somebody just completely lost their mind. And that's not what happened. Most black people understood what happened, right? And if you were paying attention, and this is why it boils down to race, right? Because the gist of this situation happened because there was that Jada and Will called for a boycott of the Oscars in 2016. When they called for that boycott, they asked pretty much black people don't show up, don't support it. They don't, it was basically saying, there's no black representation, it's all white people, we contribute too much. Jada did a full PSA telling people about it. At that point, Chris Rock was selected to be the host of that Oscars. And when he was the host of that Oscars, he chose to make a joke about Jada at that Oscars, and it pretty much demeaned and devalued them and the call for the boycott they had. So, one would imagine if, let's say this, not justifying any violence, but I just want you to understand where the conflict comes in. So let's get that straight. No one's justifying any level of violence, because you can't justify violence. Violence is wrong at all times. But you have to be able to see where the violence or where the anger comes from. So then when you're making a decision, you can say, I'd have been mad. I wouldn't have put my hands on him, or I wouldn't have did that, but I would have definitely been mad at this, or I wouldn't have. But you're able to make a full decision based on the full facts. That's all I'm saying, right? So imagine you at your job, right? You notice that most of the black people aren't getting promotions. You're like, damn, man, we work here. Only the white people getting promotions here. You go and you make an announcement to all the black people. Yo, listen, man, only the white people getting promotions here. You know, we need to boycott this shit. We don't even need to go here. We need to go out there and go on strike. Some black people agree with you, some don't. You know, you got some that don't. Cool. Some people just going to work. They're like, nah, fuck it, I need my job. I'm going to work. And you, even though you would rather them agree with you, but you get it. You got to go to work. Everybody can't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't just not go to work. That's part of life. But you have one person that not only decides that they're not going to work, right? You know, not only are you not going to work, you're going to work. And when you go to work, you're going to tell you're going to sit in front of the bosses, and you're going to sit in the office. You're going to go to work and sit in front of the office and say, yo, yeah, I know I know my son called for a boycott, but my son only worked part-time here. He can't call for no boycott. Yeah, whatever. You know, I'm not losing my job for my son. Yeah, it's racist here and all that, but he ain't even nobody that could call a boycott here. And his girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she work here, but she ain't really that good a worker anyway. So yeah, I get it. They ain't get, you know, that's why they not getting no promotion. Now, if somebody did that at my job, I'd be like, I would never fuck with that person again. Just never. I would call you a backstabber. I would think you were probably one of the worst individuals in the world. We would have no relationship. Me and that individual would never have a relationship again. And I would hope that that individual would know that we don't have a relationship. I mean, that would be common sense, even if they made it as a joke. If you sat up and made it as a joke and said, yo, I'm saying, look, I ain't boycotting my job. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to do that. You know, I'm not boycotting my job. You know, my son, he ain't even really that good a worker. Huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm not boycotting my job. And you saying, even if it's in a joking matter, it wasn't funny for me. It wouldn't be funny for me because I risked my job. I'm willing to risk my job for something I'm standing on, and you decide not only to make light of a serious situation for me, but to clown me in front of the people that I'm actually fighting against, and they all laughed at me with you. So I would hope that you know that we don't have any level of a relationship. I would hope that you understand the minute that you do some shit like that to me, we not cool, we not friends, it ain't just jokes. I don't understand none of that shit. All of this shit is whack to me. You shouldn't even talk to me again. So fast forward, we come to 2022. Now, as a result of the boycott, of us speaking up, of us saying something, we have Oscars that is being produced by a black man. Will Packer produced the Oscars. It was all black. There were people being celebrated. There was inclusion. So what I would believe is that Will Packer called Will Smith and said, yo, listen, you know, I'm producing the Oscars this year. You're gonna be celebrated this year. I want you to come up. I'm gonna make sure you get your first Oscar. I know the protest you did worked. So I need you to come to the building and celebrate and make sure the shit is here with me. And he said, oh shit, okay. I'm gonna do it. Cause what we're asking to happen is happening now. Right? So I'm gonna come to these awards. I'm gonna sit at these awards because now the protest is actually manifested into something. black people are here, black people being celebrated. You see Questlove got his award. You see fucking they made a special award for Samuel L. Jackson, who never received the Oscar ever, but they made a special award for him. Like, you seen shit happening. So the protest that we said actually manifested into something. So now we back at the Oscars. We sit in front row. We're going to be celebrated today. And once again, the man that I don't fuck with, that diminished my protest in 2016 with his jokes, which were offensive jokes. If I say, how can Jada call for a boycott? That's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. That means basically you can't you wasn't even invited here. You nobody. You can't. Nobody. You don't have enough value to boycott the Oscars. If you said that about my wife, we would have a problem. But he took the high road. 6 years, no problem, no issue. We just don't fuck with each other. So now we're sitting front row at the Oscars. There, you making jokes again. Oh, I know you want Will Smith. You don't even want to win. You want Will Smith to win. We laughing, but in reality, that's not really funny. See, what I'm trying to tell you is, a lot of time people laugh at shit that's not funny, right? Because they're trying to be politically correct, because they know the cameras is on, right? And I'm trying my best not to make it seem like it's an issue, even though I don't fuck with you. You know I don't fuck with you. It's documented. You know that after you did that shit in 2016, I don't fuck with you at all. So I'm gonna laugh at the jokes because you telling jokes and I'm sitting here. I'm laughing. It's not funny. Just think about this. People keep saying they laughed, right? But I want you to think, would it be funny to you? If I'm sitting in the front row at an Oscars, after I boycotted the Oscars, I haven't been at the Oscars for 6 years because I boycotted. Me and my wife boycotted. You said some foul shit about me and my wife when you hosted. Now I'm sitting here, and every time you make a joke is, oh shit, we want to make sure Will win. Listen, I know you don't even want to beat Will. Oh man, we're gonna make sure Will get this award. That's not really funny to me, right? Because it makes it seem like even if I win, it's because I protested and not because I'm talented, right? It's because people just want to appease me. It's because people just want to give me something so I don't make a fuss again, so I don't protest again, right? So if you think that, I wouldn't think it's funny. Like, I'm just being honest, I wouldn't think that was funny. If I was sitting there and you kept making jokes about that, yo, I know you don't even want to win this award. You want to make sure Will win this. I'm gonna laugh because we're in a place, but you really demeaning. It's like demeaning what it is that I'm doing, right? Because I protested against some shit that was wrong. Now, every time somebody wins an award, you're gonna say, oh shit, you know, you don't want to win this award. I know you praying that Will Smith win this award. Maybe y'all think that's funny. Maybe you think it's funny. Maybe you think if somebody was saying that about you, you would think it was funny. It actually kind of takes the value away from you winning something, right? Right? If what I would do up there would be like, yo, listen, Academy, y'all better get this motherfucking shit right. Will Smith better win an award in here tonight. I don't know who. Bradley Cooper gonna have to sacrifice. Somebody gonna sacrifice, but Will Smith. Now that's a joke that I'm gonna take. It make it seem like I'm with you. But if I'm saying, oh, I know you don't want to beat Will Smith, you praying that Will win this, that makes it kind of devalues you. So if you laugh at that, right? Then you laughing because you trying to play the game. You playing the Hollywood game. You laughing. You laugh. It's funny to you. Probably wasn't funny to nobody else that's with you, that loves you. They probably didn't think it was funny. Now, once again, you know I don't fuck with you. I'm laughing at the jokes you make about me. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to bite the shit like I've been doing. Now, you make a joke about my wife's appearance. Who makes jokes about a woman's appearance? Right? Not the, a woman's appearance. Like, who would talk about a man, and especially a woman that you know doesn't fuck with you? A man and a woman that you know doesn't fuck with you. So not only you disrespected us before, you constantly making jokes about me, I'm laughing at them even though I don't really think they're funny, and now you say something about my wife. Once again, I'm not justifying violence, but I can see where the anger comes from. Should he have been able to control it? Yes, he should have. Was he able to? No, he wasn't. I can see where the anger, the built-up anger comes from. So when people say, and that's because it's like, damn, I got another black man that been in this industry going through the same shit I go through, utilizing his time to constantly make jokes and devalue me about shit that I'm fighting for us as black people. This is another black man. We came up in this game together. We know each other. We actually once had a relationship. And this black man constantly decides to take shots at me and devalue me in front of these white people. This is a black issue. This has something to do with black people. A white man watching that just sees me walk on stage and hears a joke and say, yo, it's totally out of line. It's disgusting. The black man dealing with black issues, dealing with his already black trauma, the shit he's been dealing with his whole life to get where he at, have to deal with all this shit all the time, and you as a black man should know that's their own black issues that they dealing with. That's probably a conversation that they had with afterwards, right? That's their own black issues that they dealing with. So for a black woman to know that black men are dealing with trauma and this shit all the time, and to utilize her platform and her voice to go get the opinion of a white man who all he sees was somebody walk on the stage, and therefore his opinion is going to be tainted and it's not going to be in full totality of what the situation is, was wrong to me. Makes no sense. Everybody has an opinion. His opinion just was not relevant to this situation because he can't possibly understand the factors of this situation. There's no way he can understand that. Once again, y'all talking about the wrong thing. What Will did, we all can admit was the wrong thing to do. But I want you to understand that some people can't control their anger at certain times. That was a consequence of a built-up anger, and it happened, and it was wrong, and we're saying that. This conversation is about why I said this is between black people. This is a black issue. This is a black issue. This ain't no just regular everyday issue. This is a black man. I'm looking at another black man demean me in front of black white people, knowing all the shit I had to go through, knowing I deserved the fucking Oscar 10 years ago, and you trying to make it seem like they just better hurry up and give it to me so I don't keep crying. That's what you decide to do in front of these white people, and then you're gonna make a joke about my wife's appearance. And once again, you keep saying again he was laughing, and I want you to understand that people laugh too. If you read the man's book, if you heard what he said, sometimes you laugh because it's a defense mechanism. Laughing is a defense mechanism. Sometimes people have said shit to me. I remember when I was little and I was getting bullied, I would laugh at jokes about me so I could try to take the power out of the joke. Right? I would laugh at the jokes to take the power out of the joke. I would laugh because I didn't want people to feel like it affected me as much as it really did, as much as it hurt me. You laugh sometimes because you so hurt, but you don't want to show that feeling. You feel embarrassed. It's mad. I know people that laugh every time they either scared or embarrassed. All they do is laugh. So you keep taking that laugh. Obviously, if the man laughed and then made one of the most irrational, angry moves in his life directly afterwards, you misunderstood what that laugh was. That's all that means. It don't mean that he was having a good time. It don't mean that he enjoyed it. If a man immediately went from laughing to making the most angry move he ever made in his life, he didn't think it was funny. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that you took that laugh for him thinking it was funny and enjoying it, but that's not what was happening. That's not what was happening. You know, and I want you to understand that. So once again, this is not to justify violence. I just wanted people to understand the mind state that I was coming from when I said this about Gayle. Black men had an issue, and it was rooted in black issues. It was rooted in deeper than just that stage. It was some shit that stemmed from all type of trauma that those black men dealt with throughout their industry. One of them felt like I've come too far and I've accomplished shit as a black man, and I'm here, and because you might not like it, even though I know it's racist, fuck that, I'm gonna keep playing the game. Right? I'm gonna keep playing the game. I'm gonna get on these stages, I'm gonna make my jokes, I'm gonna throw a little thing here, but I'm gonna keep playing the game because as a black man, we don't get this far. The other one felt like, fuck that, we should be further, and we can't just keep accepting shit. These were black issues. These was two black men whose ideologies about life clashed and came to a head in front of white people. And we knew white people were going to judge us. We know Fox News going to say whatever, CNN, everybody, Jake Tapper went up there, said it's going to be a million white people with their opinions, right? So let them give it. They got their platforms to give their opinions. We just want to save our platforms. And I would utilize the black people that we have to be able to give our voices, right? We want to have black people take the voices of black people that actually deal with the same exact culture and trauma every day and give their perspective. Because we know that white people got a perspective. We already know. When people say, oh, now you got white people looking at, all right. So we know that white people look at us the way it's a situation that some feel put a black eye or what they think about black. Why would we go to white people for their opinion? Right? If everybody is, that's what they make, say, yo, it's fucked up. Now you got these white people looking at you. Know that you ain't no savage. You know you a certain place. That was a situation that happened. Most of us know for the hood, we've seen people get hit and shit over worse. Not justifying it, but we understand and we identify that shit like that happens on a regular. Not justifying, not saying it's okay, but we know that. So why would a black woman who knows these things far too well, who's been involved in all type of shit, got a black family, probably got cousins and shit that's in jail, that done sold drugs, so she probably deal with the same shit we do. Why would she know that white America already is looking for some shit to paint us the same way? So why would she go get the opinion of a white man? Just didn't make sense to me. And no matter how you try to make it make sense, it won't. They should, but I don't understand Queen, can I ask you a question? They should have been past all that. Why do you think, have you ever been in the public eye? Have you ever had to deal with public scrutiny? You ever had to deal with public disrespect from people that either you know or don't know talking about you? For you to say that somebody needs to get past something that you ain't never had to deal with, it don't even make sense. That's why I'm trying to say, like, even your opinion in this situation don't make sense. Because you don't even know what those men have to do. Even your opinion. You have no idea what those men have to deal with. But we should have been having this same conversation if it was, well, I never sat there. I told people that love Kanye to tell him to stop doing dumb shit. Right? Just looking at what you was putting out into the universe. Right? Kanye was he was arguing and fighting about a woman that didn't want to be with him, that publicly stated, that's filed for divorce, that left. And you was mad at the man that she chose other than you. That didn't make sense to me. If it makes sense to you, then cool. I've never been mad at a man that a woman chose over me. It don't stop her from choosing. It actually makes her want him more. Because the more that you try to be mad at him and try to talk crazy on him, it makes her more attracted to him. Maybe y'all know something I don't. You know? I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why y'all think the word celeb. I don't know why y'all think the word celebrity somehow separates you from being human. A celebrity is just a human being that everybody knows. Oh, this is definitely real, Queen. Ain't no question about that. This happened. You know? So, you don't have to believe it. You know, so that's all I wanted to say, man. I just wanted to give y'all that perspective so that when you're having a conversation that you get what I'm trying to say. It's not about racism or anything. It's just understanding that in this moment, black people who have actually, I grew up in the Bronx my whole life. Unfortunately, I've seen violence my whole life. I've seen trauma. I've seen all the things, and I know the things that contribute to that, and I know what that looks like. And I've seen somebody who felt bullied lash out and shoot somebody or stab somebody. People like, yo, he bugging, all he did was this. Not understanding that there was a buildup of something, right? So when you're having a conversation, if you don't understand the total understanding of a situation and you just make an opinion based off face value, you can't make a good one. So be safe and be great, man. Understand that a celebrity is nothing more than a human being that more people know than know you. That's all. They ain't no different than you. It's just they know more people and they got more resources and money. But they are subject to the same anger, pain, and trauma that you are. Everything.